Hey everybody, welcome back to this will be the third video in our vlog series about the book. So we're glad that you could be with us today, and we're excited to talk about a few things. And I'll hand it over to our editor.
So today we're going to talk about the character Mrs. Squeever, which is Berl's mom in the book. And so Jim's just going to give us a little bit of a story on like the inspiration for Mrs. Squeever. So if you want to talk about the inspiration for her, and then we'll get into some characteristics as well.
Yeah, I think with Mrs. Squeever, hopefully, well, at least for me, when you get into some of the things that she does and how her personality is, and I took a lot of inspiration from most of the women in my life, from my wife to Granny and my mom, and of course our grandmothers. Growing up, we have had some unbelievable women in our lives that have helped us through just try to understand life, and has taken really good care of us, um, and they're just remarkable women. So it was kind of easy to find inspiration from Mrs. Squeever.
Okay, so what are some characteristics specifically of Mrs. Squeever that you have taken from those women in your life or in our life?
Well, so she's definitely going to have like toughness, like my mom. She's she just don't she's tenacious. She's stubborn in a good way, but she's definitely got a lot of toughness that I've learned from her. She'll have a just a almost just a extremely strong love, and almost like a bulldog take care of uh, kids like Granny, like Rachel's mom. Definitely is something that I've always took from her. And then she will also have a love to just cook, like Rachel. What always admired me about her is she loves to love on people through food, and that's always been kind of great. So she's going to have that also, and you will see that in a future book that's coming up, and you'll see how that she loves to take care of people through food. So those were the biggest characteristic that I took from the women in my life, and then of course just the loving and care that my grandmothers and your grandmothers have shown through the years, just kind of all wrapped up.
So one thing that hasn't really been said in the book yet, and it will come out in a future book, some more details about it. But up until this point, when they lived in the country, Burl and his little sister were homeschooled, and Mrs. Squeever stayed at home while Earl farmed and worked, there on their around their house. And so we'll see that come into play later when do we say in a future book Burl is gonna?
Yeah, because he'll have to probably around the third book that'll be
Yeah.
coming out. We've already kind of got an outline on it, but Burl, because of their current situation, having to move into town and away from the farm, Mister Earl has of course gotten a job at the school as their maintenance guy, and just to kind of help ease into the situation, or to help with the transition, Burl. What they're having to do is send him on into public school.
I don't know if it's much what they're having to do, but he also kind of wants to, right? Because he's got a
Yeah,
friend.
yeah, he's got a
a new
friend,
town.
right?
Is it makes it a little interesting, right?
Right,
They've moved
and he's going to have to, and it'll be a challenge for him because up until this point he has been homeschooled, and we'll see he'll be in situations because of being in public school with some other kids, and those relationships and kind of what happens from that. He'll get a little bit of, he'll get made fun of a little bit for being homeschooled and coming from that side, from some of the kids that
don't understand.
they don't understand, and they'll, and then he'll also build relationships and friendships because of that, and he'll be able to bring what he's learned from being homeschooled, and centering in his faith to some of the kids at the public school, and meet other kids at public school with faith, and it's just going to be an interesting dynamic, I think.
Yeah. So we say all that because up until this point, Mrs. Squeever has been at home. She's been homeschooling. She loves to cook. And so we'll see that kind of play out as the story continues to unfold in future books. Jim talks a lot about they're going to give love and reciprocate love. And so we'll see that in the next book, and then we'll see that in the book where Berl begins to meet even more new friends.
Yeah, and I hope the reader can get from it that Mrs. Squeever really is that that monarch of the family. I mean, she is that maternal. She, at the end of the day, she's the center of the home. Mr. Earl is there's some wonderful attributes to him that we'll see coming on, but really it's Mrs. Squeever being the center point of that family and being the stay-at-home mom and being the one that keeps things going there at home. And we'll teach Berl a lot about that love and that kindness and that nurturing spirit he'll get from his mom. So, where Mr. Earl will teach some different things on down the road on being a guy, being a man, being growing up and that kind of thing. But his mama is really going to be that center and that monarch of the family when it comes to love and kindness.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing the future. Okay, so one last thing.
Okay.
What is Mrs. Squeever?
So that's going to be something that's very interesting in the book to come. And a focal point for a lot of it is that she is different than Mr. Earl. So she's a squirrel, where Mr. Earl is, of course, a beaver, and we'll go more into that. But there's a reason for them to be different, and it'll cover that. We'll cover that further. But Mrs. Squeever is actually a squirrel. Comes from squirrel.
A beautiful squirrel.
A beautiful squirrel. Yeah, Mr. Earl he's the rough and tumble. He's the grease monkey, as they say. He's the mechanic. He's the
guy's guy.
Yeah, man's man. Very humble. And we'll get more into Mr. Earl later. But and then it's kind of like me and my wife. I find myself as she's way too pretty for me, right? So it's kind of that world where she is just the beautiful squirrel and the apple of Mr. Earl's eye. I mean, he just absolutely loves her, and their love is very important in what it teaches Berl and Belle, his little sister. So, I'm looking forward to really digging into that.
Okay, so now that we've covered Mrs. Squeever and you've learned a little bit more about her and who she's inspired by, we know that you'll look forward to seeing what's in the next book and in the coming books about Mrs. Squeever. And now that you know her, we hope that there's some mommies out there that can relate to her. Or you read a book and it makes you think of your grandmother or your aunt or something. We just want you to be able to relate to her now that you know Mrs. Squeever a little bit more. But now we need to know what's been going on with the book. Like, where are we at as far as what have we been doing on social media? What have we got coming up? And how are we getting the word out there?
It has been exciting. We actually, hopefully, a lot of you got to see it. It aired Friday. We was on Talk
at 11 a.m.
At 11 a.m. We were on Talk of the Town with
Channel 5.
Channel 5. Leland Statham. Leland Statham was hosting. Did a wonderful job, and it's crazy getting to meet him. You see him do the weather all these years, and it's fun to sit down with him and talk to him. And so it was a great interview.
Nice.
Oh, wonderful man, and he did a great job. And so if you haven't seen it, you can go to their website at newschannel5.com. You can type in Talk of the Town, and you can catch that clip, or you can, of course, catch it.
It's on our Facebook page.
On our Facebook page. It'll probably upload to our website, I would imagine. Today. And remember, that's berlsqueever.com. So that's I'm really looking. That was a lot of fun. So I'm glad we got to do that. The next event is actually Monday night at the Centerville Library at 4 p.m. Right?
4 or 5.
4 or 5, and we'll have our illustrator there. 425. We'll have Sophia, our illustrator, will be there.
She's flying in from New York.
Right, flying in from New York. And we will be signing the books. If you don't have my signature, I'll sign then. We'll have some books for sale there if you guys don't have one yet. Or you can grab one through Local Place. I think they still have some left.
They have hardbacks, actually, at the Local Place.
Right.
The Local Place in Centerville has hardback books. We will have soft books at the library, so it'll be the softback books.
Right.
We'll have for sale.
And then we'll both sign. If I've already signed your book, please still bring it so that Sophia can sign it to add to the collection. And the great thing is we're going to take names, or we'll have some stuff set up there where you can fill out your name and your phone number, and we're going to collect those. And on the next vlog, we are going to draw names, and whoever wins that, tell them what they win.
So you will win the first printed copy of the second book. So you'll be the first one to receive it, even before me, before Jim, before our kids. You'll receive the first printed copy of the book free of charge, and that'll be the name that is drawn from this next book signing.
Right. And then that book, of course, come out toward the end of the year.
Yeah,
So
we're thinking like after Halloween.
yes, I'm hoping it'll launch around November 1st. The Lord's willing, if everything works out right, we should be able to make that happen. So that we're hoping that people can buy it and make it as a Christmas present, for the young ones. So we're really looking forward to that. And of course, we've got some other stuff coming that we'll keep you guys posted on. But those are the two things we really want to kind of touch base on now.
Yep. So we'll see you Monday night at the Hickman County Public Library. We'd like to say a big thank you to Talk of the Town News Channel 5 for letting us come on their show, or letting Jim come on their show. And then also a few weeks before that, we were on Channel 4's midday show today at Nashville. And so we would like to thank them for allowing us the opportunity to come there as well. So there's lots of things in the works. Some kids may see these books in the summer through the summer program. And so we've just got lots of things going on. We want you to stay tuned to our Facebook channel, our Instagram. Jim now has a X, which is what Twitter was. Yeah.
For anybody that's on that.
So we have all those social media platforms, as well as our YouTube channel and our website, which is berlsqueever.com.
Right. And of course, that's still the center point, berlsqueever.com, to be able to get all the information.
Because it links you to everything.
Yes, everything.
Like, it links you to the blog. It links you to the contact information for Jim.
Where to buy the book.
Yeah, where to buy the book. And if you want him to come out and read the book at a library or your church or a summer youth program, just let us know. If he's not available, I might be available, or we could always probably get Granny to come in and read as well, which helped inspire the book. So we'll get somebody out there to read it to the kiddos. So just contact us.
And even if you haven't purchased the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, if you guys could go on there and let us know what you think, please
leave a review.
Leave a review on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. Those really help us. So if you did buy it from those, please go back on there and write a review. But if you didn't, you can still go on there and write a review. Either way, that really helps out a lot.
And then, as Bella and Elizabeth always did on their little videos that they pretended to make when they were little, click the subscribe button, like our channel, and make sure you comment below.
Yep. So thanks, guys.